Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are all you lovely ones this morning? I hope you're well and doing well with your detoxes and growing spiritually and having some good travels. Uh, that's what it's all about right now. You know, it's when you awaken, the journey changes. It's no more about creation and playing your dramas out. It's about having fun, getting your joys back, and getting your health back, and expanding and getting prepared. So no matter what the 2012 is, right? I thought I was caught up, but I found another big heap of them. And so I'm going to kind of go through here. I only have a half hour this morning. I do have some cancellations this afternoon. If I can work some of this in, I'm going to do that because I really would like to get caught up on you. There are some very important questions that you have here, and I would really like to get to them. And there's one guy I want to address here who's making some interesting comments here, and I will address him later. I think it's a male. What is your name? Leo? Yeah, Leo. You did ask some very direct questions, but they're almost antagonistic questions. And I don't mind that, but when you start asking little antagonistic questions there, then it shows me your ego hasn't been tempered yet. So that's probably coming your way there. But I will address definitely some of your things here for sure. One of the things, of course, you addressed was I do drink ice, cold water, and tea. I do. I run very hot. I like to think of myself as constantly trying to channel the Supreme Being more and more and more. But as I do, I burn. I used to burn, just literally burn. And people would touch me and I'd be on fire. So I always like to cool myself down. I could care less what the Chinese think about cold water. I could care less what anybody thinks. I do what I need to do for myself so I can still be here and give you these messages. And a lot of people don't realize the tremendous journey that healers have on this planet right now, particularly in the United States. The United States is nothing like you think it is. And you look at Christopher, always run out of town. Jensen, harassed. I've been harassed all my life. Richard Schultz, he was arrested. I mean, some of you just don't realize the amount of work, what we've had to deal with, the threat of imprisonment, sometimes imprisonment, and then when you fight the government for their corruption, that's even a bigger, here's the black cars pulling up and the black helicopters flying overhead. You know, it's that sort of thing. So life has been interesting to get to this point, so you all have this information. Dr. Jensen's had some horrendous stories himself, poor guy. Christopher always ran out of town. I mean, I admire these healers that stood up for truth and battled this so we all could have that information. And Leo, that's what you have to realize, that you have no clue to the journey some of us have made to get here so you guys could have this information. And the threat is still looming over us big time. And so, you know, it's just one of those things. It's just you got to walk a mile and somebody's shoes. I've always been a hard worker. I've always been barrel-chested. I used to work out. What happens if you work out and get too big, then as you get older, you sag a little bit. That's the other problem. And I can still work the Leos of the world under the ground, let me tell you. Okay, let me go on here. This is... Amjad, you have a spinal problems for over 5 years, herniated disc in my lumbar. Well, most of the time you see lower back in us, you know. And remember, we've talked about L4 and L5 being the kidney vertebrae, and they will spread, of course, to 4 and 6, and that lower back goes, and then the sciatic and all the problems that exist from there. To repair the spine, what would you have to do to repair the spine? Would it be the same thing you would have to do to repair the kidneys? Would it be the same thing you would have to do to repair the liver? Matter of fact, isn't it the kidneys that control this gigantic sewer system? Now, being that there's only two sides of chemistry, would not that be predominantly the acid side of chemistry that's breaking down, pulling calcium out, breaking tissue down, even bone? So it's going to be the acid side that takes you back to the lymph system. It takes you back to the kidneys and adrenals. And of course, the tall tale sign is L4 and L5, or in that lower lumbar region is the kidney region. And right there's your proof, hands down. To fix the lower spine, you have to fix the kidneys and adrenals, or you can't fix the lower back. You just can't. You can't just address that. You can't just take calcium and address those problems, or you could give yourself big-time arthritis. You can't just take calcium. These people that recommend calcium have given a lot of people arthritis from that, and you can't do that. You have to also look, of course, at, you're right, the parathyroid gland. Real important to understand that you have to utilize calcium, but you also have to stop why the body's drawing it. Why is the body borrowing the calcium out of structure? And it's probably not just the lower back that you see, but the lower back is definitely an area that you see all the time. And yeah, you've noticed an increase in pain. So really, get those raw foods going, my friend. Get into the kidneys, get into the adrenal glands. You could use the Bones formula for sure, but I would also make sure my parathyroid's kicked up a little bit and really start moving those acids out of the tissues, and then you can rebuild herniations and things. Might take you a little while, but hang in there. You'll get it. All that structure will strengthen up here. This is an important one that most people have never heard of, and that's trigeminal neuralgia. This affects the C2 spine area, comes around and hits this trigeminal nerve here, and I'm telling you, I've had several cases, extreme pain, really very bad pain, uncomfortable, of course, some cases really have it bad. So a couple of things. You definitely want to pop check the upper spine here. It is related to the C2 area, but you're going to go right into that lymph system and you're going to move that lymph. Get that body alkaline and move that lymph. You can use antispasmodics a little bit for pain, but this is a more elevated pain. Trigeminal neuralgia can be really painful, and I feel for this person. But really get into that lymph system. You got to go all raw and really get to that if you're in a lot of pain. Cutting the nerve, some people do that. Not my idea of a good thing. Because a lot of things can happen when you do that. So you really want to get, and again, work on that upper spine, move that lymph, and get your body alkaline. You're going after rebuilding, but check that upper C-spine relationship to that, okay? Very important, very painful issue. I feel for them. I really do. Got my heart there, man. I've been over Meniere's disease already, guys. Saturate yourself with Parasite M or something like that, Parasite G. Really move those lymphs. Some people are extremely infestated, and really hit that. You guys make some great comments here. Monica 9V, let's see what you said here. I think. Thanks for these comments, guys. Thank you. There's a long list see of problems in her health. The medical doctors, let me see, they write out another script for you all the time, of course. That's what they do, though. I mean, I beat the allopathic community up a little bit. Bottom line, most MDs really just don't have a clue. They feel like they're doing the right thing, and they just are not awakened to what's going on here. Others really hurt others. There are some very bad MDs that hurt others that, and there's some fields that shouldn't exist, like oncology. Uterine cancer, let's see, 1 year ago I had uterine cancer, and now they are checking me for Lynch syndrome. I know I have thyroid problems, hep C, arthritis, both RA and osteo. Sounds like you got a lot of sulfur in that body, sweetheart. Neuropathy in my feet, degenerative joint disease, and on and on and on. I am falling apart. I didn't have money to spend on naturopathic. I guess that's what you mean, doctors, and my Medicare. Yeah, they don't pay worth a crap. Well, yeah. Oh, you're on methadone for the pain. Jeez, honey. Well, sweetheart, is this a male or a female? Anyway, listen. You want to really tear into your lymph system. I mean, this is obvious. Remember, I made a comment before that RA definitely has a lot of sulfur in them. Now, I have seen some RAs that didn't. So hopefully you're one of them. If you have a lot of sulfur, it's going to take you a little longer to get yourself some remedy here. Obviously, you know an itis is acidosis, and you're going to be losing calcium out of joints. You're going to be losing calcium out of connective tissue. The only way you can stop this realistically is to remove the acids or get this river of lymph moving again. You're stagnant. That's big time adrenals. You're low in steroids. Your kidneys aren't filtering, obviously, and so you're seeing this uterine cancer, hands down. You weren't moving your lymph. And you see that everything you say here is related to your lymphatic system. Hep C, you can have viral loads, depends what your liver enzymes are, but what's the liver made of? Just a bunch of cells and two fluids. Viral loads are viral loads. They can attach or not attach. Consider them like an antigen or similar like an octopus that latches onto a cell, and then that cell can be terminated. It's kind of a signal, if you will, to the immune system. Sometimes these virals will take hold and sometimes not. It's like this gentleman yesterday with HIV. Get these viral loads out of you, because the way they treat HIV, you know, and then of course there's no cure for anything allopathically, and so a lot of people die with HIV that should never have died. No one has to die with anything here. If you wait too long, it might be hard to get you back, but no one should die from anything. The body's a regenerative organ here. Just because the medical doctors don't have a clue, these guys should be the minor side of life. Alternative. If you need to, if we can't get you, you might check that door. But you've got a lot of problems here you want to fix up here, sweetheart. Thyroid problems, use a glandular on that. Definitely dig into that lymph system. You're getting neuropathy, you're breaking down the nervous system. That'll reverse itself. All this will reverse itself. Don't get freaked out here, okay, sweetheart? You just got to, yeah, uterine cancer would be a female, excuse me. It's early. Where have I been all night? But yeah, you'll be okay. Don't freak out. Just get loaded with knowledge. That's why I'm doing these videos, to help all of you guys, and particularly people like you that have a lot of problems that feel like there's no hope. These are all connected. These are all connected to the same thing. Isn't that beautiful? You don't have to go thinking, oh my God, I've got all these different things. No, start empowering yourself. Empower yourself with the knowledge of what we're talking about here. It's simplistic. It's right on. It's factual. It is the way it is, and you can fix this and get your health back. And so don't freak out, and grab your joy and grab your power, and go for that. Get your body back in shape there, my friend. Yeah, I'm referring to the Master Cleanser Fruit Slammer. Wow, man, I like that name, Fruit Slammer. I love that. Yeah, Master Cleanser. Yeah, pinch of cayenne if you want it. I don't care. I've done it with just lemon juice. I don't need maple syrup in my lemon juice, but some people like that, or agave or something. Of course, something in there, stevia. I don't care. Honey, even though he didn't like honey too well. But you know, who cares? And he was all right. Does it mean there's something wrong with my adrenal glands? Let's see what this is. Oh yeah, we're talking about glandulars. We've talked about that before on other videos. Hopefully go back and review those videos, what glandulars are. I'd like to move on here a little bit. If I need to touch this with you again, I will, Fruit Slammer. But I have addressed glandulars before, and if I keep going over some of these things, I'll never get to all these cases that are hurting. So hang in there, my friend. Everybody's got to work on their adrenals, I think. I mean, what does it hurt anyway? But I don't know anybody that's got good, strong adrenals. Maybe a few of the islanders, you know. Let's see. You always get so uncomfortably full after each fruit meal. I am not. Well, you know, slow down a little bit then. Don't eat so much. Chew well. Could be you're not digesting well. That would be a pancreatic problem. Especially if you see undigested carbohydrates, which is fruits and vegetables. If you see undigested fruits and vegetables in your stools, then you're not digesting well. That's your pancreas. Don't take digestive enzymes. Take a pancreatic botanical formula that enhances the function of the pancreas and make the pancreas do it itself. There are pancreatic glandulars, which are actually tissue, desiccated tissue. And as gross as that sounds for some, I agree. Okay, but in the world of where we are, we're in an interesting place in the human side of there, and they're going to continue to slaughter animals no matter what. Yeah, you could have parasites, definitely. Cyber hug to you too, Fruit Slammer. Yeah, definitely deworm yourself. Oh, yeah, you definitely want to deworm yourself, just in case. Everybody wants to deworm themselves, just because they're ignorant in this country about, well, parasites. Look at this show on Animal Planet. I love that. The Monsters Within You. That's an eye-opener. I almost had to stop watching it. It was so gross. I felt, you know, I mean, this kid goes swimming in a lake and it dies from worms in his head, and he was like 16 or 17 years old, just swimming in a lake. We do not understand the parasitic kingdom allopathically, and we need to. So I hope these parasitology departments in these universities open up and really start tearing into this, because, I mean, we're really getting slammed. Let me see. This guy has a gallstone 2.3 centimeters in size. Should I remove the gallbladder as the doctors want? You're tired of the pain. Yeah, I bet you are. Well, you got two choices. Yeah, you can have it removed, or really get up on a high fruit diets, particularly grapes, and start doing a lot of these higher end grape fastings and let that dissolve. Use the liver formula. There's a alkaline phosphatase formula, not alkaline phosphatase, but food liquid type stuff from Standard Process that claims it dissolves stones. We do use that in a liver flush. You could try that along with a high raw food diet. Food liquid is called. It's from Standard Process. You may try that. But the raw is really dissolving of the stones. Use the liver gallbladder formula and work it out that way, and you'll save your gallbladder. Not fun without a gallbladder. Gosh, I only have 10 minutes left. That's horrible. Let me see here. Oh, someone asked me about hypothyroid and the conversion of beta carotene. Talking about the yellow spot in the eye. I've never seen anybody with hypothyroidism not convert beta carotene, and particularly seeing yellow spots in the eyes. I've just never seen that and related to the thyroid at all. I don't know how the thyroid would actually affect that chemically, but I've never seen yellow spots on all the hypothyroidism. You would see that in everybody if that was the case, and you just don't see that in everybody. So I don't think that's the issue there. Again, I would just detoxify. If it's lipids and depositing, you really got to get that out anyway, and that means you have inflammation in those tissues. So, detoxification when you don't know exactly what something is pretty cool, because it takes care of it anyway. I mean, how cool is that? I mean, that's the neat thing about detoxification, because none of us know all the answers for sure. And so that's why I like detoxification, because the body will deal with it, and that's what I love about that. Leo, I'm going to finish up your thing here since I started on you, man. You asked me about oxalic acid with beets and spinach, but that's raw. I mean, you're talking about in chemistry what happens in an acidic environment. Also, when you cook it, I mean, there's a difference between cooked spinach and raw spinach and oxalates. And remember, cooking binds chemistry. Cooking is like acids. They bind and they lock. Some tear, some bind. So this is why cooking augments chemistry big time. So yeah, I'd be careful with cooked foods like that, but raw foods like that, you're not going to have anything to worry about there. Yeah, I've had tons of beets and spinach and everything else. That's not affected that way. They say you love bananas and eat a lot of them. Yeah, bananas are great. Remember, I have mentioned that a three-doctor professor had told me they were the nature's perfect food, and he had studied bananas all his life. But I will say that in detoxification, banana is more of the meat of the group and less of a detoxifier, in my opinion. Your subacids and your acid fruits are by far the strongest detoxifiers, and they have the strongest amount of stringents. So that's really what I would go in that way. Let me see. You bought the detox kits 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Thank you, my friend. And let me see. I put a shot of hot water in a glass and then a dropper full of each tincture for a few minutes and drank it. It is very alcoholic in the sense that, I run 1 to 4 concentrates. We let those sit for a month, and then we have a 55-ton press. So even though you taste the power of the alcohol, it's not alcohol anymore. It's a plant rich. It does have the capacity to take nutrition to cells quicker too, which I really like that. But it's the only menstruum, man, we can get 98% of that herb to you. It's feasibly impossible to give you fresh herbs like I would like. It's just feasibly impossible around the world to do this. So hang in there. If you have to cut down, definitely do these tinctures probably on food, because when you're talking about food, you're talking about fruits and vegetables. Not going to hurt you to take these tinctures with food. If you're real sensitive, then back down, do half a dropper full, but don't be afraid of them. I have a lot of babies on these things and a lot of 90-year-olds, so you'll be all right there, Leo. I like cold. I have to cool my body down. When you're looking at life, and I've mentioned this before, and just something you have to experience. Those of you that have been way up here on the fruit, you're going to tap into an energy here coming that you almost can't stand. It's an energy that is beyond comprehension to the human being. This is why people that play with the vegetables have no clue. When you get up on these high fruitarian diets, I mean, you can get energy that is overwhelming. I've had many of my clients touch into that energy, and it's overwhelming. It's so powerful that you have to find a balance if you're not spiritually mature. When I'm 20, I'm not spiritually matured. And my body's shaking with energy. It's so powerful. There's no sleep. You're just dynamic. You're wild with a magnetic energy. And then as you're working on channeling and God absorption, that's just more power to the punch. You can get unbalanced real quickly. So you got to balance out. That's why some of us, especially who have to sit in rooms on their butts for hours to help people get healthy, our health suffers doing that. I'm an outdoor guy. I've worked hard all my life. And I used to build houses from the ground up myself. So I've been a hard worker all my life, and sitting in an office isn't my idea of fun. But how do I get this to you? How do I do all these things? How do I see people? So you have to understand some things there, Leo. But don't be afraid of that detox. Head in there, my friend, and go after that, and you'll be okay. Now. I have a sister that has a lot of problems. The only thing she thinks she can eat is microwave soft eggs. Oh, yuck. Well, she might as well eat them raw. Tell her to just start eating her eggs raw. Get organic, non-fertile eggs and eat them raw. That'll be okay. Just your sister has some problems. So this is why I designed those stomach and bowel kits and the lymphatic formulas and stuff. This will start moving the liver, the pancreas. That's why I designed that kit number 1. You'll notice there's a liver formula. That'll reach into the pancreatic area as well. You got a stomach and bowel. Start cleaning up the bowels. You got a kidney. You got an endocrine gland. You got a dewormer. So you've got everything going on in there in a nice approach, I think, when you're starting to look at the body. We're trying to address all those vital areas and at the same time deworm a person and work them through. She could have tapeworms. Who knows? So you want to move her down this path. at least you could do a kit on her and just see what you see, and then try to get her to eat a little something here and there and work her. Some people are like that. You got to work them slowly off of that thinking. She could be psychosomatic, but she also could have a lot of health issues here, very serious. And by doing this, this will trap her deeper and deeper into the world of hell in terms of health. That's the problem here. When you get like this and you can only eat one food, that food generally makes you worse and worse and worse. Even though your body's adapted to it and that's what it feels it needs, it's only illusionary to the human body. She's got to work out of that. Again, it could be parasitic, could be tapeworms craving that, so you have to work her out of that one there, man. So do your best with her. We understand. Yeah, all the past. My dad died of stomach cancer at 61. Stomach cancer, this is sad to say, but sad to say, it's great to say, but sad to say in your case, my friend. Is that May Freaky? I love what you say here. I really, thanks for your comments too in other areas, but I feel sorry for you that you lost your dad like that. I mean, stomach cancer is one of the easier cancers. Whenever you see tissue like the stomach that deals with acids, it's an easier tissue to heal when it gets alkaline. So sad stuff. You know, he had chemo, but a lot of people walk with fear. And, you know, just realize he didn't really die. He just translated to another form. I mean, he just went on. You know, we do miss their physical forms and their presence a lot of times, but I'm going on, you're going on, we're all going on. You know, the journey's short here on this rock, thank God. But sad that people have to go this way. You know what I'm saying? It's just sad that we're trapped in this ridiculousness of allopathic thinking. It's just sad stuff here. Now, this person's been on the detox, 31. Michael, let's see, you got white spots on the skin of your legs. Yeah, it could be fungus or something coming out of you there, but keep pushing, man. You're doing good. Keep moving down that line. You're doing really good. Make sure you're on the Parasite M formula, I think. You're doing good with the kidneys, adrenals. Move those lymphs. You're doing good there. Stomach and bowel, you know, and just keep hitting that like you're doing. Oh, man, it's time. I've got to go. This beautiful soul here found out eating nuts her pain comes back. And then weight comes back on. I gained a lot of weight with nuts. I mean, I quit that big time because we make, you know, people eat nuts all the time, and I still ate nuts here for until a few years ago when it was like, oh God, I gotta quit this nut thing because it's just too concentrated, and I can feel it. But you know, as you reach into a trail mix, you got, you know, your almonds and pecans and your raisins and stuff, and oh, this is so good. Yeah, it's so good. You know, it's so acidifying and fattening. And then everybody accused you of being fat. So anyway, this is, I was on my girlfriend's mom just had some surgery done on the thyroid and had radiation done after the surgery. My God, are these guys? You know, this is so disturbing and unbalancing to me. It's hard for me not to have deep compassion for your mom. She should have grabbed and said, no way. Now she's radiating like a Christmas tree and nobody can get around her. And like they told her, they said you can't get around her son because she could make him impotent. But radiation doesn't spread, does it? I remember that pinpoint radiation, right? What are these guys, where are they coming from? I'd go hug my doctor who did that. I'd go hug him for a while and say, listen, I'm going to sit on your lap for a while. Let's see what happens to you. I'd go hug my doctor who did that. I'd go hug him for a while and say, listen, I'm going to sit on your lap for a while. Let's see what happens to you. You put me in that danger because you don't know how to heal something? Oh, man. I feel sorry for her, man, but she's got to detox, get hygiene. This is where the greens are very valuable. A lot of parsley, a lot of cilantro, a dandelion. Really start pulling that radiation out of her. We have a radiation exposure formula, but you can use the fresh just as well. A lot of fruits, a lot of grapes. Detox that body, man. And whatever they did to her thyroid, they probably cut it out or part of it out and then radiated the other part. That don't make sense at all. That's like taking out a tumor and then they're doing radiation and chemo. That they need to go to jail right now today. Don't pass go. Don't collect $200. Go to jail. Sit there and contemplate your navel of why did I do something that stupid to hurt another person that bad. Oh man, that takes me off to another world, man. And you wonder why I'm a little unbalanced or why I can't control some things. So, listen, Leo, you have to sit and ride this sometime, man. Already made her, yeah, man. So anyway, she's a little bit in trouble there, my friend, so help her out, have her review this video. But Mom, if you're listening, is this Mom again? Your girlfriend's mom, you got to get yourself back in shape or you could end up with cancer of the throat, of the voice box, of the esophagus. You really got to get your health back here. You should have done it in the first place. I say that, and then a lot of people are just not privy to this level of healing, and it's kind of sad. And I don't know, it's just the way God is. This is a very unconscious world. When the door's ready, it opens. So I don't know how to say that other than that, but need to get her health back before she has some serious problems. I'm going to have to stop and check where we're at. If we did not have if we do have someone that didn't make a call in here, no one's opened the door yet. But if that, someone's on the consult line. So I really am going to have to run. So forgive me, but I'll be back with you soon, and I'll tear into. I still got a whole bunch here to take care of you guys. So hang on, don't get frustrated. I'll get to you all as soon as I can. Okay, and like I say, if you have serious problems, call in here. We love you all, man, and you're doing so. I'm so proud of every one of you, Leo. I'm even proud of you. So head on down there, man. Just really let go of some of this intellectual crap and just be in that ever moment and just fill yourself full of love and joy and respect everybody and everything, and you'll be good. Doesn't matter what someone else is. It matters if this fits you. All right, we'll see you later, everybody. Bye-bye now.